Welcome back to TCC Cars. I'm Brian.
I'm Craig.
And we have got, well, one of Craig's spirit animals, I think, in the three-row segment. Maybe not. Craig's making faces back there. We'll see. It's the 2024 Lexus Texas. Is that right?
Just a TX.
Yeah, just TX. Lexus will get mad at us if we call it that. So,
but Beyonce's got a Texas Hold'em song, and she mentions Lexus. Is that what this is? Maybe this is the one she's talking about.
Maybe it's Beyonce's right. We don't know.
Okay, all right.
All right, so let's get to the Monroney. 2024, this has the Nightfall Mica. It's built in Princeton, Indiana. And here, let's just get down to the nitty-gritty, Craig. We've got the 3.5 V6 with the hybrid. None of that matters. $82,619 after destination. Wow. That's a lot of money. So, my biggest problem with this, and I'll get it out of the way, is that we are offered people, not three-row family hauler luxury people. And for more than $11,000 less, you can get the GX550 Overtrail, which is just all I keep thinking about. Part of that problem is we drove it recently and we loved it so much. So all out of the way, let's come check it out.
So the biggest problem is it's in its own stable.
It's in its own house. Yeah, that's the biggest problem is that, now that's not a gripe against this. I just think for that kind of money, I'm like, wow, there's a lot of stuff in the market for that. I'm not sure if the camera's gonna get it, but that blue, it looks so good,
yeah,
man.
There's some good metallic in it. You're just not going to see on this camera, but it looks really good.
There's some purples, there's some blues, there's some light blues, dark blues.
Beautiful.
Lexus is good at paint. It's been that way for a decade. They're still there, or longer. All that covered. The nose. We've had a lot of comments from people about how this controversial nose, and I think in this blue color, it wears it best. There's nothing polished down here. There's nothing chrome or shiny. This is not chrome, making it look silly.
Doesn't look too big.
Doesn't look too big. It's in the catfish maw, but it's like kind of fades away. Some of these have this kind of brush material down here, and it just doesn't work as well as this does. I think it's a really handsome car. Coming around to the side, something else I'm really impressed with is the wheels.
Yes.
They look amazing, Craig.
Oh, they're awesome.
They make it work. Now, those aren't 20s, Craig.
Nope.
They're not 21s.
Nope.
They're 22s, man.
Oh, yeah.
22s.
TX, baby, it's big.
Rolling on double dubs.
Texas.
The problem with that on a hybrid to me is I know that is hurting its end result a little bit.
Yeah, more on that later.
More on that later. Continentals. These are the cross-contact LX20s, 255, 45,
22.
Good thing is
Not a bad tire, though. I mean,
no, they're quiet. We haven't had no issues with these. Now, we're not offered to this, but there's no problems here. Good rig in terms of wheel and tire. Coming on the side, we've got a mirror. We've got door handles, and that's the most thing we need to talk about here. This doesn't pull. It has a D-pad inside. You push that, and it releases the latch. Interesting. Something else that Craig will show you on the inside is how we get out of there. Up top, you have a roof rail, and you've got these panels that can pop off. I'm not going to do it here because I don't have the right tool, but you can mount crossbars, which means you can put a tent on it. Out back, same wheel and tire, and on this side we have fuel door.
They put it on the wrong side.
Nope. This is the energy side of this thing. Probably my favorite thing about this rig is a proper plug-in hybrid. Thank you. Look, if we're going to skip EVs or we're going to play this save the world stuff and get the most amount of travel per drop load of fuel, for most of you that drive less than 30 miles a day, this is your EV. When you go on a road trip, you got a big old honking V6 up there to help you out.
Good one, too.
Good one, too. Coming out back, really handsome cross LED. I love the way this thing looks.
Yeah, I like this new Lexus treatment with the block letters and the LED.
The GX had it too, right? We love that too. This is a really handsome design language. Lexus is really on one right now. Dimensional letters in the middle, traditional wiper out back. And then coming down, you've got the Texas part of this thing. Direct 4 means all-wheel drive. 550 plus means you get the bigger motor, which we'll talk about in just a minute. But first, let's hear it. Okay, I promise you there's a V6. Let's go look at it. Pop the hood on this bad boy. Dual struts, and there it is. 2GR FXS is your engine code. This thing has been around since the dawn of the dinosaur. And I love it. It
2003.
2003. It's got so much character. It's been in Tacomas. It's been in Avalons, Camrys, Siennas, basically anything. Lotuses, Evoras have this thing. Emiras have this thing. And they take superchargers incredibly well. Do not sleep on this thing. It has so much character and so much charm. God bless that the thing's still around.
Are you suggesting we supercharge this plug-in hybrid?
Yes. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, good.
We should electric charge and supercharge it, which is super cool. There's orange wires, which means saving the world, and that's what all there is to it. Combined power, 404 horsepower, paired to a unfortunate CVT transmission.
Ooh.
I don't know why they do that. It is all-wheel drive, but not by drive shaft. It has a big old honking EV motor in the back, which I like the way they're doing that. Much like the Grand Highlander that has the iForce Max or the Hybrid Max, the big motor in that. It has a baby hybrid powertrain in the front with a CVT and the 3.5 liter V6 with 4 cams. Oh, it okay. And also a big old honking EV motor in the back. That's how it does all-wheel drive. There's no drive shaft connecting the two. Pretty cool. Let's check out the interior of Craig.
All right, Brian, it is time to get in the Lexus TX. Let's check this out. Oh, power liftgate, of course. And Brian's right. I love the styling of that. It looks great. And Brian, what do we have here?
Are we sponsored by Milwaukee?
Looks like we might be doing a little work on a car today. This right here, boys and girls, that's what tips teeth. Be careful.
Watch out.
That aside, though, Brian, you get a plug because you plug this bad boy in, and we'll talk more about that later when we get on the road portion. But that is great. And you do get power folding seats back here. This is the third row folded down. Look at all the room we have. And we still have plenty of room in the second row. In fact, let's go to the second row. All right, Brian, let's check out the door sill first. It's padded, but not a whole lot. Kind of surprising. You do get the peasant blockers, which is very nice. Thank you, Lexus, for doing that, because we don't want to see that riff raft out there. Moving on to the actual door panel itself. I like this gray trim in here. That's really nice, mixing with the different colors. It's all padded. The armrest is padded as well. You get a nice big cubby to put all kinds of stuff in there. The other reason it's so big there, Brian, that door pull, is because, see that handle?
Oh, this
to
one?
Get out, you actually push that button, and you need this kind of thing to push against. And so that's why that's there. It just releases it. It's the only way it works.
Wait, what if the battery dies?
Then you just pull this out twice. It says there twice, and it actually mechanically pulls the actual release, which is nice. Also, if you've been abducted and you need to get out of the moving car, that's how you would do that, because otherwise it just doesn't let you out.
That's how you duck and roll.
It's kind of the Matt Lauer lock. Move on down, you get a nice water bottle holder. That's really nice. Plenty of room in here. I have not moved the seat. Let's see if it moves forward or aft. It does. Oh, it does. Okay, thank you. The rear
and then this is your forward and back.
Very nice there. And then we get a really interesting cup holder here. These things come in and out. You hit unlock, and then you can reposition them or just take them out or put them somewhere else. Let's see if you fit, because, Brian, there's no moonroof in an $83,000 car.
Look, I don't understand how this thing costs that much without glass in the roof, but I'm okay with it. I'm here for it.
Because, wow.
Oh, wow. What do you know, Craig? I can wear a hat and sit in a three-row.
It's almost like they know it's a Texas vehicle because it says TX on the side, and Moonroof's just put heat in the car, and we don't want any of that, so that's really nice.
Thank you, Lexus. Good
Speaking of dissipating heat, we get a tri-zone climate control back here, so you can adjust that back here for the kiddos, wall chillers and heaters back here. That's really nice.
Bravo.
And USB-C and C get onto the new game.
And because it's hybrid.
1,500 watts because it's a hybrid. All right, Brian, let's move on to the front because we're done brewing our coffee with that power outlet back there. Nice padded door sill, not that padded, but it works. Door pull itself or armrest is very padded, feels really good. Right next to Mark Levinson speaker, which works well, by the way. And the same door handle up front. Nice big bottle holder in the bottom of the door. That's really nice. Let's get into this very comfy seat. Although I will say, Brian, not as comfortable as I would prefer. You would think it would extend out, those sorts of things, because Hyundai Santa Fe's that are $30,000 cheaper we had last week do that.
Yeah.
That said, very comfortable seat. We've been blessed with 3 vehicles in a row with really comfortable seats. So thing going on up here, you can take these out. That's really cool. Get your coffee for that we just brewed.
Makeup holder
on the side. Oh, very good, Brian. And then we get plenty of room in here. This is really deep. It's really nice. Like that a lot. Get wireless Qi charging. That works pretty good, although when you're going in sport mode, it moves around. USB CCCC, a bunch of those there, and then you get your camera views. I like you get a physical button. More to physical buttons here in a minute. There's more over here.
Good job, Toyota.
I like that the climate is in here, and you can actually just change things real quickly. It's always there.
Right.
And then I like this button right here. This might be the best because then it brings up your things you can't find in the menu ever.
They're there.
They're just right here. Your drive modes, any other controls you switch it around. I like that you can turn all these on and off. I usually just turn them all off. That's really nice that it's handy and it's right there. Moving on over to here, Brian, this is really interesting. I don't like this. These D-pads on the steering wheel work great in our Tacoma. They're the exact same setup.
Yeah, they do.
But they're touch sensitive here. And so you just kind of put your finger on it and you can see how it kind of follows my finger in the display there. That's fine, but then you can change the modes of it and it gets really confusing. Just never got real intuitive.
To add your not intuitive part, it's just not necessary because the button exists and this doesn't feel like an improvement to me.
You know what it's like? It's like the person that designed the Lexus D-pad.
Oh.
And they lost the game because they don't do it here.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, well, let's put it on the steering wheel. And it still doesn't work there.
Mark my words, in 2 years, we'll have buttons back there.
Exactly. Road test. All right, Brian, GX550 Plus.
Nope.
GX550,
nope.
TX550 H Plus. TX550 H Plus.
Direct 4.
Plug-in hybrid. All I imagine is it's got a 2GR and a rips. Hit it.
There we go.
Okay.
Traction off, sport mode on.
60 feet time 2.30.
CVT kind of sucks.
Oh, we're already at 60. Man, we're there.
Oh,
what do you got?
Brian, oh, wow. With me in the car, you got a sub-6 run, 5.98.
Not bad, and that's what I got the whole time.
What was the best time you got without me in the car?
5.6 flat.
Wow.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good. Okay, Brian, what modes did you use to achieve all that? Because there's a lot of different options.
There are options.
Powertrain and everything.
I kept it simple. I put it in hybrid mode because if you put it in EV mode, it'll just do sport mode in EV. Put it in hybrid mode so the gas motor would come on.
Want the 2GR help?
Exactly. Luck, which is awesome. Thankfully, you brought it to us today with enough juice in it. That was helping a lot of shove in the rear. I could feel it, and traction off. Now, what I found out was if I just mat it, it was like 5.9 each time. Okay. If I would load it like as if it had a torque converter, which it doesn't, what it did was it made launch RPM not at 800, it was at like 2,800. And so when I dropped the brake, it just went whoosh and took off. Go. Yeah, it was good to go. Wow. That was it, man. Thing's a rocket ship.
Okay, Brian, so very, very interesting and surprising. I'll argue this. There are other Lexuses, Lexus I don't know how it works. Lexi, that have F-Sport badges.
Yeah, they have no business having
that
badge.
Are slower than this.
Yes, that's what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Well, let's just call it out.
You can put an F-Sport badge on this.
The IS350.
But I mean,
it's not fast enough.
No.
For that badge, at least. It's a great car. The 500 fixes that thing. Yeah. But this is pretty close to that 500.
We poured on out for the 2GR because we thought it was gone. It was over. Never going to use it again. It's still here, baby. It's still here.
Just like your old Sienna, Craig. It's still here, and it's just as glorious now as it was then. That's why it cost 83 grand. The crown jewels under the hood, Craig. I get it now.
There it is.
Okay. All right. Ride and drive. 22s. Elephant in the room.
Okay. I'm going to push back on you again.
But that's it. That's all I'm going to say. Other than that, it's kind of hard to complain. It rides fine. It handles well.
Then we agree then.
It makes driveway joints, like hard lines and that kind of stuff, makes those feel big. Everywhere else, it's fine.
I'm just saying it's so good that you don't need to avoid them because the wheels look so good.
Exactly. I'm kicking myself a little bit for being so critical. Yeah. They work here. Now, the only place they might not help is miles per gallon because of their weight. Hit us on that. What were you getting on your drive with
miles per gallon without any juice, just hybrid mode.
Okay.
With gas, mostly gas motor. I was only getting like 26 miles a gallon. Brian, not good.
But that's what the Grand Highlander gets.
True, but my Honda Pilot is 28.
I hear you.
Saying.
I hear you.
But, Brian, it's got a plug.
It does.
So when you plug it in and you get 35 miles of EV only, and it defaults to EV only until you run out of juice, you can change and control that. I like that.
I do too. I got 37 miles of range on mine.
Yeah, okay, very good. And by the way, it only took me 3 hours to charge that.
Thank you.
I got 35 miles on my drive to work, which is about a 50-mile drive. I drove 15 miles on gas. It comes up to an average, Brian, of, ready for this?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready for the keyboards.
97 miles per gallon. Go ahead and light me up.
There you go, light them up. And here's the deal. Y'all are going to get pissy about that because, that's not possible. It's not a real number, blah, blah, blah. It is. If your drive, what's your drive door to door, Craig?
50 miles.
So 50 miles, 35 miles of that, you didn't use any gas at all. And so all of a sudden you've gotten, that. You add that to the math, that's where it comes out.
Right.
And then because it's a 110 plug, you can plug it in anywhere.
I plugged it in at work and I got an extra 25 miles to drive home.
Okay.
So I averaged like 50 miles a gallon going home.
Dude, that's incredible.
I mean, and I get this power.
I'll tell you now, on my drive, I did the math on it. If I plug it in when I get home, on a 110 outlet, it takes about 12 hours to charge.
Not bad.
When it's completely empty.
Okay, you can do that at night.
Right. On a level 2 charge, it takes, 3 hours?
Yeah.
Nothing. Right? In the world of EV. On my drive, if I go to work and back, I don't need any gas at all.
Problem solved.
0. It gets all the miles
but what if you have to go to an errand and you're worried about range?
Oh, I just put it in hybrid mode and I just go.
Or sport mode and hit send it.
And have a blast. Right. So this is where I get back to. I am not a captain EV person. Y'all know that. So intrigued by plug-in hybrid because it genuinely gives you control of that.
Oh, it just makes sense.
No drawbacks.
No drawbacks. That's the thing.
Right.
Last thing I want to add about the ride and drive thing. You talked about the EV motor assisting, kind of helping you shove.
Yeah.
It almost drives like it has a really good turbo, a really smooth turbo.
Yeah, it does, like a rear-wheel drive turbo in particular. And what's interesting about that is because when you go into sport mode, the driving dynamics do shift because there's so much more shove coming from out back that there wasn't prior to. It feels front-wheel drive all the time until you put in sport mode. Now it feels like it's grappling from the rear dynamically. And it comes on, like you're saying, it's not all out of the hole. It comes in progressively with RPM. Great, man.
It drives really smooth and fun. It just feels powerful as you're driving it around.
Yeah.
Don't think hybrid when you do this. Like I say, it should have an F-Sport badge on the side.
Well, it should. In the first 2 days of having this car, I kept thinking, this is kind of lame. I didn't discover sport mode yet. It's just a hybrid. Why does it cost so much? Now I know why. There's a screaming V6 under the hood, and it works very well.
And last but not least, Brian, we'll land it here. The reason this thing exists is because the RX350 needed a third row. They squeezed one in, and it didn't work real well. This third row is usable.
Yep.
You like an RX, but you want a third row that's actually usable, and you need that. This is your car.
This is it.
With that, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let us know if you're considering a TX, or maybe a Grand Highlander, or maybe you still like the RX better. I don't know. Let us know in the comments. And yeah, tell me I'm wrong on 97 miles per gallon. I'm right. Thanks for watching.
See you next time. Craig, you left your tools in the back.
Yeah.
This was in the third row.
Glad it didn't go through the glass.
It sounded like something broke back there. The brakes work.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You got a lot. Okay.
Oh.
That looks dangerous.
That's what happened.